And you see, that is connected with the whole thought in this tradition of aesthetics in the Far East, that superb art is a work of nature. It's not something imposed upon nature, even though, as you've seen in many Japanese gardens, that there is very complex espalier work on trees, and that an enormous amount of pruning and trimming is done. And in fact, the discipline of the garden is amazingly complicated and requires a great deal of care. Use a kind of art and a kind of poetry which you could call indicative. That is to say, while understanding that everything that man does is natural, some things that he does are more natural than others. That is to say, they look more natural. They go that way. And so the idea of unbleached silk means silk in the raw silk, natural silk. And so in the same way, the uncarved block is the sort of stone that would be selected for a Chinese or Japanese garden. Chinese stones tend, as I see it, to be rather more elaborate, rather more fussy than Japanese stones. And I think that in the art of bonseki, which means growing rocks, the Japanese are a bit more sophisticated than the Chinese, although this doesn't often happen. But the Japanese are masters of growing rocks. So this rock that you would find in a Japanese garden is the uncarved block. Even though it may have been, what has happened really, it's what we call in the West an objet trouvé, where the artist, instead of making something, selects it. He finds a glorious thing and shares his finding with other people, and that finding is a work of art.